What the going on this team, Jerry?
Bury him! Bury him!
Jerry, TJ Watt.
He is the best defensive player on the planet.
Go! Yes! Yes! We're going on fire! Steelers fans! Bang! Run it down their throat!
No! That's not a penalty!
Game over! Game over! Don't ask me to do nothing! This is nothing!
He's aggressive.
Hello. Welcome back to another episode of the Steel Here podcast, where I'm your host, Kevin Adams, alongside my partner in crime jersey, Jerry Dong. The boys come out to the West Coast. They come out to Vegas. It didn't look pretty early, but they get the W. They go to 4-2. Justin Fields was sketchy early, but he got it going late in the game. Where are you at with it, Jerry?
Great win. Put 30 plus, which is incredible. Love to see that.
Finally.
Yeah, it was big. Defense showed up big time today. TJ Watt, I mean, we say it every week. He's just unreal. He's the best in the world. It's not even close.
Yeah.
He should go on to win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Yep.
He just changes games, just everything he does. They had a good game plan for him as far as like stopping him from getting sacks, but he's still there to make plays. Deshaun Elliott, just an unreal talent. Just he's the definition of a Steeler, man. Definition of it. Great signing. Fields missed a bunch of throws early. Did it with his legs again. He's a threat with his legs. We've been saying it all year.
Yep.
I think he was 14 of 24 for like $140 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not happy about that. I know Steelers fans have been giving me shit because of my talk about Justin Fields, but I mean, he's winning games. I'll give him that. He's doing it with his legs majority of the time. He's a threat inside that red zone, man, with his legs. He really is.
Yep.
Najee came to play today, had an excellent game. George Pickens just don't really know what else to say about George anymore.
Let's start with TJ, because in my opinion, that's the difference in the game. The Steelers offense, I didn't think was that special. They got it done. We had the takeaways. They converted on the takeaways. Late in the game, they scored the touchdowns to really put it away when the game was out of hand at that point anyway. But TJ Watt, Jerry, we do say it every week, and we're not wrong. But, if he's not going to get the sacks, and, you had said maybe you move him around, maybe you have him play other sides of the defensive line, get him rushing from the middle, get him rushing from the opposite side. You're without Nick Herbig. You are without Alex Highsmith. And TJ Watt still goes out, and in my opinion, he wins the fucking game for the Steelers. Two strips of the running back, Jerry. That guy's fucking fist is insane. If he's within striking distance, he's knocking that ball loose. If that is where, to me, he is the best player in football, because it doesn't just come down to, is he getting 20 sacks a season? Okay, did he have a sack today? I don't think that he did.
I don't think he did, no.
But he has 2 forced fumbles. That's the type of shit that just separates TJ Watt from everybody else. 2 forced fumbles, especially in the red zone.
What was that thumbs up? What the hell is that?
Why did that just happen?
What is that?
They love what we're talking about, Jerry. They love TJ Watt. They're giving him the defensive player of the year.
TJ Watt, TJ Watt.
That's the type of shit that separates him, though, dude.
Yeah.
How can you not say he's the best player? And I made a rant after the game, my game day recaps. I think that when you see TJ Watt do those kinds of things, that's why he's not just the best defensive player in football. He's not the best pass rusher. He's not the best outside linebacker. He's not just the best player on the defensive side of the ball. I think you can make an argument that TJ Watt is the best player in football, because no matter what, he makes an impact on games. Teams scheme him as much as they can. He still goes out there and fucking wreaks havoc.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Yeah, he's just a game wrecker, man. You can't even really game plan for a guy like that. He can just beat you so many ways. But going back to the offensive side of the ball, even though George didn't score at the end, I like what they did towards the end of the game, trying to get his confidence going, try to get him, touches. I thought Fields threw a pretty shitty ball. George wide open down the field. He had to come back for it, and it was, low and short. So that was that should have been a touchdown there. Fields threw a good ball. Couple plays later, and George can't come down with it. Got 2 hands on the ball. That was kind of shitty. Overall, I don't even know his stat line. What did he have? Like 3 catches?
It was nearly irrelevant. I mean, George Pickens. So Jerry, you last week you hot off the cuff. You said
3,
you would be upset if they fucking trade him. You know, he goes out today. Now, we need to watch the game back to see what his effort looked like because obviously we know against the Cowboys, George Pickens' effort was not great. He does the interview.
Yeah, let's also clear the air, too, for the George Pickens defenders. We've been defending George Pickens for 3 years on this show. That's a fact.
Yeah.
I don't know if a bunch of these people didn't watch Warren Sharp's video of 2 full minutes of George jogging or walking on routes. That was totally pathetic. Uncalled for. People are like, oh, you're beating a guy down. I mean, George has had this effort for a long time, and I don't care. I'll speak up about it if nobody else is.
Yep.
You know, so yeah, 3 catches, 53 yards, kind of a non-factor in the game again. You know, he's had more of those type of games, non-factor than factor. Still worried. They just got to get him involved early, man. They just give him a couple screen passes, you know, some quick things just to get him the ball, you know. So I'm just worried about that. I'm worried about that connection with Fields and him. I don't think Rusty is going to play next week. I think Fields did enough. I don't. I mean, I it's tough because like I don't know, man. Fields misses guys a lot. You know, you had Calvin Austin again today. You know, we get a turnover, blocked punt. You're inside the 10. I mean, you got to score. You got to score, man. You got to score touchdowns. And again, we're going to start with this slow starts all over again. Why? Do you think Russ is going to play next week?
I mean, watching the first half, I was very worried about Fields. I mean, he started, Jerry, I think it was maybe the 3rd possession or the 4th possession, might have been the 2nd, irrelevant. He had 3 straight terrible passes.
Yeah.
The ball you're talking about to Calvin Austin, wide open. He puts it on Calvin Austin. I mean, when I say wide open, we're talking wide ass open, 6 yards. If he just throws it out there, it's a touchdown. For me, Fields, it's a lot of what the Bears fans try to tell us. You know, the guy will he's so special with his legs sometimes, and he makes plays where you're like, holy shit, this dude is special. And then other times I'm like, just make the normal throw. Make the right read, make the good throw to the guy that's wide open. I can't figure it out. Like, he has me so confused to the point where you say you think they're going to Russ. I mean, or you think they're going to Fields. I don't know, because that first half, I was worried. I'm like, Jerry, this guy is struggling. I text you. I'm like, might be time for Russ.
Yeah.
And then the second half, he comes out, and with his legs is where he's so special. Like, you get that guy out of structure, out of pocket. I will put him in the top 3 in the league as far as can make things happen when he's out of pocket.
Oh, 100%.
He almost is more accurate out of pocket than he is in pocket.
Yeah, I feel like he is. I feel like he is, dude. I really do. Darnell Washington, non-factor today. Also, let's talk about Broderick Jones. A bunch of penalties today. Didn't look great. Now, granted, he's going to go up against probably a top 5 edge rusher in the game, Max Crosby.
Yep.
So I'll cut him some slack there, but didn't really look good. Any word on Frazier? I know he got dinged.
I mean, so they said it was just an ankle. I don't know how bad that actually was. It didn't look good. He needed help off the field. However, he walked into the blue tent himself. He walked out himself. So it wasn't like they had to carry him off. It didn't look good. That's a guy, let's be honest, you lose Frazier. That's awful for an offensive line that's already struggling. And so I thought, given everything that Broderick had to deal with, he's still struggling in pass protection, Jerry. I mean, he's still struggling in pass protection.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Concerning as shit to me in pass pro. He does take some penalties where it's like, God damn, man, you have to stop taking these drives where we're moving the ball and he just crushes it with the penalties. Najee Harris, we beat him up, we build him up, we beat him up, we build him up. That's a Najee Harris game today.
100%.
Played incredible, dude.
Oh, yeah, dude. From the first snap, you could just tell he was running the ball hard today. He got a little chip on his shoulder. I'm happy with his performance.
Scored a touchdown on a breakaway run, Jerry.
That was incredible.
I didn't know if we would ever see him do another one of those in our final.
No, I know. Cashed my ticket, which I was happy about. Also, they just have to stop with this toss play that they're running.
Yeah, it's killing them.
It's got to just scrap it. It just shouldn't be in the playbook at all. It just doesn't work.
I thought Jalen Warren at times was a nice boost. I think getting him ingratiated into the offense is going to be nice for us. I obviously we're big fans of Jalen Warren. I love the way he plays. I love his effort. He's fast. He's a nice change of pace to Najee. When you get the legitimate two-headed monster going of Najee and Jalen Warren, I think that's when we're at our best. I mean, some things. The penalties. What did you think about the penalties? I'll be honest, Jerry. If they call some of those roughing the passers against the Steelers that they called against the Raiders,
oh yeah,
I'm on the field fucking going to jail. Like I thought some of those were not good.
I know, dude. Yeah, the one on Fields. He barely got touched. You know, they called it there. Yeah, listen. You're right. If you're on the other side of the fan base, it's like you're freaking the fuck out. It's bullshit. I wouldn't say the penalties won the Steelers the game, but definitely gave them an edge for sure.
It gave them an edge. At times, the drives are dead. You had the turnover in the red zone.
Yeah.
Field throws it to their middle linebacker.
I know.
They called the roughing the passer there. They kept drives going early in the game for the Steelers. I was worried, Jerry, because early in the day, we had come to find out that 85% of the money was on the Steelers to cover 2.5 or 3.5. And so usually Vegas is not losing those kinds of games, man. That's a beating for them. So in my mind, I'm like, fucking hell, they're going to keep it close. And then we got a lot of calls. We bitch about officiating regularly because I think officiating in the NFL is just dog shit. It went our way today. Oftentimes it doesn't go our way. I hate when it goes our way because, then everyone's like, oh, you get all these calls. I would rather make the calls right every single time. I don't want to win games because of officiating. I don't want to lose games because of it either. And so it's hard to bitch about it. We got the calls today. They're 4-2. I don't know.
Yeah, can't complain about 4-2. I'm not going to complain about that. That's for sure.
I don't know if Fields gets the go again next week because of what we said, though. Like, the defense, I think, had some timely takeaways. They had takeaways that what did Mike Tomlin say? The Steelers' defense, while they had 3 takeaways against Dallas, it didn't really tee the offense up to score points. This week, TJ basically put that ball on the fucking 1-yard line and said, please score.
Yeah, please score. Please score. No, they did. Listen, defense showed up today. Jackson with a good game. I thought Joey Porter played pretty decent today. Deshaun Elliott, A+. Patrick Queen stepped up. TJ, unreal. Held his own. Hayward played good. Benton played good. Listen, I think the defense is really doing their part, man. They really, really are. And it's just going to be totally up to this offense to just keep scoring points. Also, let's talk about Devontae Adams. I don't know, man. Does he see that performance and he's like, whoa, man, the Steelers they put up 30 points against us. I know we're dinged up and whatnot, but, he likes Fields. He likes Najee,
maybe
weapons
they
in
need
defense.
one guy. Maybe he's looking at it like, damn, they need one more guy out there and they could be good.
Yeah, because I don't think Roman Wilson did much today, if anything at all, 0. The receivers are still struggling. Did Van Jefferson catch a pass today?
I don't think so.
I feel like we're the only team in the league that just their wide receiver 2 just doesn't catch a pass. It's just crazy. Yeah, no, he didn't catch a pass at all.
That's insane to me. Wide receiver 2 with no.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, this is the production from the receivers, and like, I'm not trying to complain because we did win. We are 4-2. Like Pickens 3 for 53, Austin 2 for 36, Harris 2. Freiermuth 2 for 16, Warren 3 for 11, Darnell 1 for 9, Connor Hayward 1 for 4. That's it.
Yeah. So that's the problem. They still need another elite wide receiver. So George upset. You say you wouldn't be upset if they traded him, those types of things, which pissed a lot of people off. And if his effort was good today, it is what it is. You just need George Pickens to always have good effort, even when he's not scoring touchdowns.
Yeah.
3 catches, 50+ yards. That's not great. That's not what I guarantee you. That's not what George Pickens wants. But I think the game today was just dictated by the defense setting them up on short fields, the offense then finishing drives. So it's not like they had to go 80 yards and score a touchdown.
No. The defense teed it up on a tee perfectly for the offense.
You're going to have less yards. Like, that's one of those games where people are going to look back and be like, well, they didn't have that many yards against the Raiders. Yeah, I get it. They didn't have that many yards against the Vegas Raiders, who are not very good, but also they didn't have to move the ball very far downfield because the defense gave them so many chances. Initially, though, the defense, Jerry, that opening drive, does that not look like another Mike Tomlin special? Opening drive, I'm like...
Oh, yeah. Flat just came out the game flat, got bullied all the way in for a touchdown.
Yep.
Tough, man. Tough look. But, I don't want to complain too much. I do complain a lot. People are upset because I'm pissed off at George. I'm pissed off at Fields. I mean, I'm sorry for being a fan. I'm going to get mad. George, you beg for the ball. The ball gets thrown perfectly to you. You get two hands on the ball. You drop a touchdown pass. I don't know. Man, I just don't know what to make of it.
For the people that don't know, Jerry Don had it was $1,000, right, Jerry? You had $1,000.
Yeah. It was a bonus bet, $1,000. I took it in like the third quarter. George Pickens was like plus 2,000 to score. I'm like, I have a weird feeling, even though the Steelers are winning this game comfortably, they're going to want to get him involved. They want to get him a touchdown, which they tried.
Happy. They did try, dude. I just feel like that's a ball George he has to catch.
Yeah, I watched the replay multiple times, and I'm still saying to myself, how did you not catch that ball, which is crazy. But, hey, I hit my other bets. I had Najee for a touchdown, Steelers to win, which was great. Excited, man. Jets Sunday night.
Are you actually excited? Like, be real. Are we really excited? Now, watching that game, I agree. We blow them out. But are you actually excited about it?
No, I am. I mean, because 4-2 is big. I mean, that's really big with, the Ravens are 4-2. Bengals are on TV right now. They're up, but I mean, Browns are dead. I mean, listen, I'm going to pat myself on the back here. I said this in week 1. Yeah. I have no idea why Browns fans are so happy with Deshaun Watson. He sucks. He's gonna suck. He's gonna have a terrible year. He's just not it. And it's true. They're 1-5. They fucking stink. They're not making the playoffs.
To the basement, Jerry Don, back where those motherfuckers belong.
Yeah, they fucking suck.
Twitter, for the viewers, because there's a lot of people that I've come to realize, that just don't use Twitter. So they don't see a lot of the trash talk that other fan bases are giving Steelers fans. You and I catch a ton of Browns fans that are like, Steelers are going to the basement. Browns are so fucking good. They're back. All this other shit. And when those motherfuckers start 1-5, Jerry, it's like the football world always finds its balance. They're back up there at the top. The Browns suck. It doesn't matter. The Browns are always going to find their way back to the basement, and I love that.
Oh, yeah. Now, I will say this. Ravens are a problem.
Yeah, they're a wagon.
They're a big problem. They scare me a lot this year, the Ravens, that's for sure. Bengals, I think we can hold our own with the Bengals.
That's why you have to win these games. That's why today is such a big
I know, but I don't want to go back to last week. That Cowboys game was big, man.
Terrible.
Big game, you should have won that game.
Or one or the other. They
choose one.
Cowboys. That's where it's like, God damn, dude, to be 5-1 right now. Imagine 5-1, and we're in the leadership of the AFC North. The concerning thing for me is less the Browns on the back half of that schedule. Early, we're like, the back half looks brutal. Now it's like the Browns are really beatable. We could sweep them. They're not good. We could sweep them. For me, it's like, damn, the Commanders. The Commanders are good. They went toe-to-toe today with.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like, God damn, dude, that's a good football team. That's going to be hard to beat. You know that the Chiefs are going to be hard to beat. The Bengals, while I think that they're mostly out of it, they're not dead. So
they're not dead.
So it's like, Jesus, dude, there are some hard games on the second half of this schedule. That's why 4-2, everyone talks shit. They're like, oh, you beat the Raiders. Why are you running your mouth? Because it's hard to win in the NFL.
Any given Sunday.
They beat the Ravens, dude. Now, granted, they didn't have their starting quarterback, but they beat the Ravens. So I'll take a 4-2, Jerry. We said at the beginning of the year, you get this thing 6-2, and that's where we want to get to. That's a big win today.
The thing is, what I don't understand, the same people who always talk shit about the Steelers and say how they're dog shit, this and that and the third, they stink, they'll come in last in the division.
Yeah.
When they win these games, it's like, oh, you guys played nobody. Well, If we suck so bad, we shouldn't have won these games, right? So I just don't think those people are foolish. I'm excited, man. I really am. happy where we're at, 4-2. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I still don't want to see Russ. I would love to see what he has, but I don't think I can't picture them taking the ball out of Fields' hands after he runs for 2 touchdowns. Granted, he had a pretty crappy game when it came to throwing the ball, that's for sure. But he beats teams with his legs. He's going to have to figure it out passing the ball because, the better teams, they're going to take him away. And
so that's where when I watched that game, and first of all, let's just give credit to Steelers fans that are in Vegas. Jerry, that was a home game.
Pretty much, yeah.
There are points in that game, TJ, it's third down. TJ is hyping up the crowd as if we're at Heinz Field. I mean, you're not getting that out of many other fan bases. Pittsburgh
No.
Steelers fans are elite when it comes to that type of shit. But you see Fields that can't convert much with his arm, but he does it with his legs. He did a lot of things, Jerry. I think our line let them through a lot where it's like, does Russ make that play? Does Russ make that play with his legs? Is he as nimble as Fields is? Is he scrambling out of the pocket? And so that's where I'm so torn. Could you play Russ? And I won't bitch about it. Yes. If they play Fields again, I love that because I still think Fields is the guy for the future. And in my opinion, just take your lumps, continue to learn how to read a defense. The only way you're doing that is by actually getting reps and playing. So, I'm still on the fence with it. I don't care who starts. I just
want to win.
Agree. That's where I'm at, man. I think that if the defense can play the way that they play today, even without two of our second and third best pass rushers, you get that kind of performance with a guy like TJ Watt on the field. Anytime he plays, Jerry, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense is threatening. He can make a play every snap.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think you take TJ Watt away this season, I think the Steelers are 2-3 at best.
And isn't that what it's
2-4 at best?
So I tweeted that TJ Watt is the best player in the NFL. And people are like, oh, he might be the best player on defense, not the best player in the NFL. And then you look at what the MVP is really supposed to be. The MVP is supposed to be the guy that you lose and your team pretty much goes to shit. He carries you basically every week. You could argue that's TJ Watt, the same you could argue it for quarterbacks in the NFL.
Yeah, just look at his record when he's not on the field.
Right. That's why it's like you never really see defensive players win the MVP award. I think TJ is at least, you have to at least think about it. Not even being homers. Like, obviously, we're big TJ fans, but not even being homers. When he's not on the field, look at the Steelers' record when TJ doesn't play.
It's bad. I think they're like 1-something, right?
Like 1-12, I want to say. 1-11.
Crazy.
Really, really fucking terrible.
It's nuts.
And so that's why you got to start to think about, we're seeing a generational run, Jerry. We're seeing a generational run out of TJ Watt. This is one of those guys that we don't see for 15, 20 years. You just
100%. Yeah, you don't see this. This.
I put him on the same type of pedestal I would put Troy Polamalu. Just a guy that you just know is different. Just no matter what, any given play, he could fucking ruin the day for the offense.
Oh, yeah, he's first ballot Hall of Famer, no questions asked.
Without a doubt. Jerry Don, the boys are 4-2. We're coming home. 2 straight games now. I mean, you're going to get the Jets. They're beat up. They're a mess. They fire their head coach, Robert Saleh. I mean, who knows what the hell is going on with their offensive coordinator position at this point. You can beat them. I still worry. Rodgers is one of those guys that has the potential to know how to beat our defense. I think going home to play the Jets, if they can really bottle Aaron Rodgers, then I'll start to buy back in on this defense. Like, it's going to take me a little bit. I'm not just going to give them all the love again and be like they're the best defense in football.
Yeah,
again.
no, me either.
I'm going to need to see it against the Jets, but I think you get through the Jets, you can beat the Giants, who I don't think are nearly as bad as people are saying that they are.
No, they're frisky.
I think Daniel Jones, depending on which Daniel Jones you get, is decent. So, if you can win these next 2 games and they get to 6-2, I mean, it's hard for me to sit here and say I think that they have a Super Bowl roster until you get another fucking wide receiver.
I know.
4-2 is 4-2, baby. I mean, it is what it is. I'm happy with 4-2.
Do you think to close it out, do you think they're going to pursue Adams or no?
I honestly think that the Steelers have an inside track to getting him. If there are 2 teams left, I think the Steelers are one of them to getting him. Obviously, I don't think he's going to play for the Raiders again this season. So, in my opinion, he's going somewhere. Who it's going to go to, maybe the Bills. I don't know that the Bills are going to give up that type of capital to get him, though. I think the Bills believe in their minds that they're a wide receiver away from possibly winning a Super Bowl. You add Devontae Adams to the Buffalo Bills roster, that's lethal with Josh Allen. But I think that the Steelers know that they're in such a bad position without having a wide receiver too, because you have to keep George happy. It comes back to they're not trading him, so you're going to have to keep him happy, and he needs another wide receiver opposite him.
Yeah, he needs somebody else. He needs another guy like a Devontae just to get some targets, take all the pressure off of George, and you get defenses thinking about the other wide receiver, and they're not thinking about George as much. So, I want Devontae.
I want him bad. Jerry.
I just don't know if they're going to get him.
But imagine him being able to help George Pickens run cleaner routes, mentor him. That's the type of elite wide receiver that's also, he has some maturity issues. It looks like right now he's pissed off, but he's on a bad football team, and that's an elite wide receiver on a bad football team.
Oh, yeah,
And
no, for sure.
Having the ability to help George Pickens, I would say if we're putting percentages on it, I think the Steelers have 50%. I think that's a fair number, 50-50 in my opinion.
Hey, man, I hope so. And I think it'd be soon. I think it'd be in the next couple of weeks. I really do.
Absolutely. Jerry Don, is there anything else you want to add today?
No, excited for the Jets game, man. Sunday night, it's going to be a banger. Can't wait.
Jerry, let's confirm one more time. Are you coming Monday Night Football, Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I should be there. Monday Night Football against the Giants. I should be there.
Terrible tailgate today. We had Le'Veon and AB.
How was that?
Oh, my God. If I could... fuck it. I'll tell a story. So... AB shows up late. I mean, he obviously gets there late, but he does show up. He shows up. He's great. He talks about how he was up a little bit late partying the night before, last night. He shows up late. I thought, honestly, man, he was great with the fans. Like, he signed as many autographs, took as many pictures as he could. That guy is a fucking lunatic, though, Jerry. Like, I mean, just talking to him, he's just crazy. Like, you see crazy in his eyes. I want to shout out Le'Veon Bell, though, because Le'Veon, Jerry, obviously, he's a friend of the show. We've had him on. But today, so he lets us know yesterday. He's in town. He got into Vegas yesterday. But he lets us know that his dog had a seizure. This was yesterday. So his dog is at a vet in Vegas. And today, with about 45 minutes left in the tailgate, he gets a call that his dog had passed away.
Oh.
Jerry, he still stayed for probably another 30 to 40 minutes, signed autographs, as many autographs as he could, took pictures with everybody he could take a picture with. He gets a lot of shit because of the way he left Pittsburgh. And trust me, I'm a big hater on him leaving. When I thought that the Steelers had an elite offense between him and AB and Ben. But to do that when your dog passes away, like, he was obviously distraught. He cried. Like, oh yeah. To stay there and do that, man, it's a different kind of respect I have for him as a human being, not as a football player. He made his bad decision. He admits as such. You have to at least understand that he's still a human being. Loses his dog, does that for the fans. To me, dude, that he re-ingratiates himself with me. Like, I'll let all that other stuff go because that's a different kind of person, Jerry Don. Like, that's a good human being that is still going to try and please the fans, even though he is miserable on the inside. Oh yeah, and I think deep down, Le'Veon Bell regrets what he did 100%. I mean, we talked to him, so we've known that for some time now, but deep down you can tell he definitely regrets how things played out. Yeah, and I mean, so that's doing that. I mean, I'll have a different kind of respect for Le'Veon Bell having done what he did today. We respect the shit out of you guys. We love it, Jerry Don. I had over 1,000 people at the terrible tailgate in Vegas today. Wow. You're going to be shocked at how many people cannot wait to see you. I know I say this every week, dude, because it is the number one thing people are saying. We can't wait to see Jerry. I'm like, come to the Steelers-Giants game. Jerry will be there. We love you guys for supporting this show. It means the fucking world to us. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. We're taking this fucking show to the moon. No matter how many episodes it's going to take, we're getting there. 20,000 subscribers. We're giving you guys $2,000. We love the shit out of you. We're 4-2. We're 4-2. You can hate it any way you want to, but they're 4-2. And in years past, we would have begged to be 4-2. Oh, yeah. So I'll take it. They're getting better, it feels like, every week. It's going to be exciting. We'll see you guys here when we record Wednesday. We release it on Thursday for you. All right. See you next week. Oh, we'll see you Thursday. See you Thursday, Jared. Peace.
We're here. We're still here.
We are still here.